You know, ever since I was young, I've always been a gearhead. Loved working on cars, loved hot rods, loved muscle cars, built them. So it was a little bit intimidating for sure at first, but yeah, I just fell in love with working on the equipment. The city, definitely good culture, good group of people to work with. When you talk about fleet, most people think about just the vehicles, right? They think about the vehicles they see out on the streets, but they don't really get to see what it takes or what's all involved to keep these vehicles up and running. Fleet management is in charge of keeping city operations running, so anything from snowplow operations, street operations, refuse operations, anything that the residents may need for city services. The fleet management team is in charge of making sure all those services are met. The fleet is 2,500 pieces of equipment, and it's a super diverse fleet. Yeah, we range anything from a lawnmower all the way up to tractor trailers, refuse equipment, street equipment. So being a technician, you know, they got to be well-rounded. They got to be trained on, you know, multiple systems, multiple components, different makes, different models.
Mechanic work, sometimes you get digging in and you find more stuff. So it's just like you have to play it by the eye sometimes by the ear too. It really depends on the type of repair. But I'd say if it's something that can be ran through our quick bay, it'd be an hour or less.
A lot of specialty equipment, so that goes into our wastewater equipment, our trash truck equipment, a lot of hydraulics, a lot of in-depth electrical repairs. And as we're transitioning the fleet over to EV, there's going to be a lot of training.
I came from being a diesel mechanic, working with hydraulics, working with pumps, working with engines, working with brakes. You have to have a pretty good, well-rounded team to be able to handle a lot of our stuff.
Our technicians have to get ASEs, so they're required to be ASE certified. That way they understand the equipment, they're certified in the equipment. They maintain a CDL. We have some employees that have hazmat as we do fueling operations.
The rewards for me have been like the working relationships. I have 16 employees. I'm lucky to be able to have newer and older techs. You know, the older techs have been around for a while, so they've seen a lot of stuff that does come through the door where people are shaking their heads. So they can go ahead and, you know, kind of help us out with the more repairs that we can't, you know, understand. We rely on each other a lot as far as knowledge goes. It's always a work in progress. We're always trying to, you know, better our goals. We're always trying to get to the point to where we're a little bit more efficient than yesterday.
So preventative maintenance is a key element, right? Making sure we're catching those repairs before they turn into something larger. We try to do predictive maintenance, try to say, hey, you know, at X number of years, we're gonna have certain components go out. So try to prepare for that, work with our parts department to stock parts, stock all the materials that are needed. So we do safety inspections on all equipment. We're definitely looking for lights, we're looking for missing mud flaps, anything safety related. And then working with our 43 plus departments on scheduling of PMs, emissions, all their compliance. Everything's set through our asset management system. As soon as the truck comes in or a unit comes in, we create a work order for it. We track mileage, hours. We put in, you know, what the repair is. Technicians are putting notes. They're actually ordering parts through that portal, working with our parts department. We're actually working on a fleet optimization right now where we're doing utilization study throughout the fleet to figure out, is equipment being utilized correctly? Is there any potential to move units from one department to another, potentially sell equipment if needed? Just making sure we're right-sizing the fleet and that we're working to meet those goals and support our end users.
I like to tell everybody it's what you put into a job. At the end of the day, we all have a goal to meet, you know, so being able to depend on the next guy is big, you know, so the group of guys that we have here, guys and gals, they work hard and we do a lot of work, so it's great.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page for these stories and more. And stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.